How are you doing? I'm fresh out the shower. I'm doing good. Today I'm going to talk about a couple books that I've been reading that I finished. If you saw my recent video, I didn't record it recently. It was actually a couple months ago. Talking about the books that I've read throughout the last year or so. Two of these were on at the end of that I was currently reading or going to read. And I want to tell you all about them. Well, not all about them, because I tried making one for Promise of Blood, which I was reading at the time. Awesome book. Love the magic system. Love the characters. Love the premise. Very cool. There's a trilogy of it. I still got to read book 2. Maybe I'll do a whole series trilogy review when I'm done. Good book, though. I recommend it. Cool plot. Cool premise. The other book, sorry for slamming if that was loud, that I hadn't started yet, but I wanted to because I just finished Red Rising. I know, sue me, everybody and their mother has read Red Rising. And for a new-ish reader like me, who loves sci-fi, who loves fantasy, I definitely was intrigued to read the second one, and I did, Golden Sun. I finished this probably like a week ago. It took a while to read. Very good book. It was crazy, this book, the wave of plot, climactic plot happening over and over again. The excitement would build, something crazy happens, drop off, build up again, drop off. It keeps hyping you up, and then gut punch over and over again until the very end. If you've read it, you know, but I gotta read the third one. I gotta get my paws on it. But I'm glad I read it. So I'm book 2 done of this trilogy. I know there's 5, about to be 6 of them. And I already know I'm gonna read all of them. I'm gonna be honest. But great starter book if you want to be in the sci-fi realm. I know I've read Hyperion and all of those. Or not all of them, but Hyperion and Fall of Hyperion. I love Fall of Hyperion, but these books, a lot easier to read. So if you're just looking for a exciting sci-fi book to go through, Golden Sun. It's amazing. Book 2 of the series. My goal for the year was to finish reading... Guess how many books have I read this year? My goal at the end of the year actually was to just finish Golden Sun and, at the time, Promise of Blood, which I finished that a couple months ago, so honestly, or a month or 2 ago, so it wasn't too bad. But I also wanted to finish Lonesome Dove. This is one of the first books, I guess I've read a couple that weren't sci-fi or fantasy, by Larry McMurtry, sorry. I'm not very far in. That is page 100, I'm gonna be honest. So I guess you could say I'm kind of in the book look how thick this thing is. Nothing for a guy like me who read Way of Kings, but there's a lot of character building and introduction in the beginning of this book. And I was reading it alongside Golden Sun, so it definitely took a backseat to it. And I like to read before bed. In this book, it's a good book so far, and stuff is definitely starting to pick up where I'm at now, so just be ready to wait 100 pages or so until stuff seems to start happening, which, not saying that's an issue for a book this big. That's one book, it requires some building. You just got to stick with it. But for something that's not as exciting as Golden Sun, and I'm reading it before bed after a long day, knocks me out. So honestly, if you need, I'm not gonna say if you need to take melatonin, try this instead. It's not that boring. I get sleepy. Anyway, great book so far. I know people talk so highly of this, Pulitzer Prize. I think they made a show out of it. I know it's going to be so good. And I'm enjoying it so far. It's not like I haven't been enjoying it. I want to stress that enough. I just get sleepy. I'm loving it. The characters, I love Gus so much so far already. He's such a fun character. That's where I'm at right now. Definitely going to... The goal is to finish this by the end of the year. So that's like less than a month to read it. I don't think I can start Morning Star. Yeah, Morning Star, the third one of these. I want to start it so bad. But I think I should wait. I want to finish this one too. If I'm only reading this and I'm really starting to pick back up into reading, I had a little break there. I think we'll be okay and I'll be able to finish this by the end of the year. I guess I haven't talked about a couple audio books I listened to, which I count that as reading. I know it's a different form. I'd listen to them while I was at work. I listened to Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential and Medium Raw. I love Anthony Bourdain. I figured since the audiobooks were his voice, I'm listening to them. He's got such a unique way of speaking. I know Kitchen Confidential was kind of his first break into... Was that like kind of into his like fame, I guess? So he's a little more... I don't know how to put it. It was a while ago. Maybe like raunchy. Raunchy's too much of a strong word. I don't know. Medium Raw. You could tell he definitely matured a bit, in a good way. Not that Kitchen Confidential he wasn't mature, but you know what I'm saying. But I already knew about his past and stuff from watching the shows and everything. And I love Anthony Bourdain. Rest in peace. So those were good. Glad I listened to those. I count that as reading a book, since, you know, audiobooks. I also read or listened to... I have a lot of time to listen to stuff at work, y'all. I listened to the first, like, 40% of Lord of the Rings. I was enjoying that, too. I at one point, I had started so many books, y'all. Like, it was hard to keep track of. I do like to read multiple things at once, or, like, try to... You know, because then you don't really get bored with one. You kind of like go back and forth. But I had like 5 going on. I think I was listening to like For Whom the Bells Toll. Is that what it's called? Ernest Hemingway. I had started that while Lord of the Rings, while Lonesome Dove, while Golden Sun, and I got too much. So those 2 kind of got left behind a little bit. There might have been one more, I'm going to be honest. Overall, that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for listening to me ramble, if you did. I'm going to finish this by the end of the year. I will. I need to read Morning Star. Pick this up if you want to read it. Can't recommend it enough. People love it. Can't recommend this one enough. I love it so much. You know, people love this one too. If you have even been on Book Talk, you know all these books besides maybe Promise of Blood. I feel like this one's a little more... I wouldn't say it's niche. I don't really know. I've never heard of it outside of when I got recommended it. So I'm going to say, thanks for watching. Have a good day.